So when Tao showing muscle, then he's at his best.
No. If you block me, I know you can't look for a woman on here. I thought you were married.
God, we are live.
Okay.
Let me look for your music. Oh.
My name is Abina Johnson, and this is Focus on Liberia. Hit it! From Kemau to Cape Palm, Mount Nimba to Atlantic Ocean, Obomi Hills to Pokondre, to educate, elevate, and promote. Talk about home affairs, hey, in diaspora, current affairs, hey, reliable information, history, talking about culture, hey, politics, education, entertainment, business, sports, advertisement, articulation. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. From Monday to Sunday.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jack.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of On Point. It is 4 o'clock on the East Coast. We don't care wherever you are in the world, that's your business. Once it's 4 o'clock on the East Coast, it is On Point. If you are in London, you are on your own. If you are in Texas, leave you with God. That was my Ellie say. But ladies and gentlemen, this is your great panelist. I am Jerome Gaiman. I will be here with Mr. Asumana Padmore, Mr. Fidel Booty, Dr. Joseph Tawo. I call him doctor. You don't like it, go somewhere else. Mr. Aliyu Kamara, and the ultimate diplomat, Mr. J. Victor Namwe. Ladies and gentlemen, your panelists. Let me welcome the guys. Mr. Booty, Dr. Booty, panelists, Focus on Liberia from the Queen's Land. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Gaiman. It's always great to be here.
Oh, Let me go to Mr. Tower. Mr. Tower, today you will have issues convincing folks that you are Pan-Africanist. Today you look like John Gotti. You look like the big boss. How you doing, Chief? Welcome.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here. Hi to my fellow panelists and to our viewers. When it comes to African centeredness, it doesn't matter what you actually wear. It is about your ideology and your position with respect to other groups of people. So I'm glad to be here.
You don't have your Tipote slipper on, right?
No, I'm not a progressive.
Mr. Aliu Kamara, welcome with your shirt, your Tipote shirt, Tipote slippers. Go ahead. Basically, you wearing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, identity matters. They can be wearing three-piece coat and say, but just because I wear three-piece coat, you know me, I'm not Pan-Africanist. Don't fool us here. You don't show us who you are, or we don't listen to what you say you are. But anyway, thanks for having me, Mr. Gimmer. We'll be monitoring you. If you make this show a lot more about CMC, then you'll run into issues.
Oh?
Yeah.
Last week's live there, somebody gave us 48-hour ultimatum. Now Aliu not get an ultimatum, or you either discuss the show good, when you bring CMC, you done.
Bring CMC, but just make sure it's not long. That's the good stuff, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Victor Nambe, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Gimmer. It's good to be here. Happy Sunday, first Sunday to all. Please share the show as we always do. And thanks for joining us, to our audience. And let me assure Aliu, as long as the CMC business to be discussed is a long business. I mean, if we were to list the level of development that the CMC has done over the past 8 months or so, we'll probably continue to tomorrow.
But so, introducing yourself or introducing CMC?
Yeah, if you don't interrupt me, I will do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm done. Now you can go ahead.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you are enjoying your extra 1 hour of sleep time. Today is the first day of this the fall, so we kind of fall back. So we enjoying our 1 hour. If you are in Liberia, we are sorry. This is 1 hour ahead for you. So instead of it being 7 o'clock in Liberia, it is 8 o'clock p.m. And if you are in London, you are
I think it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock in Liberia. And if you are in London, you are on your own. I don't know what time it is there. And that's why we ran from the British. We don't want to be part of you, so you're on your own. Let me welcome Mr. Elvis Morris. I think he's from the state of 10,000 lakes. There may be, what time is it over there? I think it's 3 o'clock there. Welcome, Chief.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gamer. Happy to be with you guys today.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some great show for you. Please share this show, guys. Take a few minutes or go on your phone and share this show in your network. And then we will get back to business. I think when you look at what is scrolling across, everybody is here to know what's going on. We will take some calls. Whenever you want to jump in, just jump in, call, we will start the show and listen to you. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the Republic of Liberia. We're talking politics. We'll have some fun in between. Share the show. Let's be interactive. I see Mr. Waldo is here. He's ready. He's ready to fight. He's ready.
He's ready for taking police business. Are you ready?
Is it? He's looking forward to discussing the video that goes viral. Okay.
Yeah, I don't talk to ghosts as far as I'm concerned. This man is a phantom. It doesn't exist. If it may not, let him come on the show. So as from now going forward, I'm done talking to a ghost that doesn't exist. If you want to communicate with me, you gotta come on. Let's see you. Yeah.
Mr. Wallow, first shot fired. If what do you to say? You want to measure something like a measure?
Exactly.
For those of you too young, you don't understand the parlance, but do you to challenge all his equal. If you want, you think you can kill me.
Yeah.
You think you can take my job? You want to measure something? Let's go measure and see.
Sammy was a different guy. I mean, he was not our favorite in the student activist community, but he was a different guy. I mean, he
Of
could say
course.
whatever he wanted to say. He could get on TV and talk about, end beat, the bag.
That's
Talk about
right.
the end bag. He didn't care. He just said whatever he wanted.
But
He said, "You want to measure the thing? Come on, let's measure the
let's
thing."
measure it. This is what we are talking about when we talk about historic figure. Most historic figures are very unorthodox, and Samuel Kidd was no exception. The CMC USA former chairperson goes public, issues 48-hour ultimatum to have a resignation letter published, or else. We will delve into that. Liberia get 3-year visa promise from the United States. What does this really mean for Liberians hoping to travel to the United States? And 3, President Ouattara goes to France. What did he bring back? Is there anything for the Liberian people, or this is just another flow show? Will Liberia be better off when he returns? And then we have in our hands one of the most powerful leaked documents. One of the most leaked powerful document from Metal Steel. Metal Steel is manipulating the document after it has been signed by the legislature. And they are saying in their own wording, the policies of Metal Steel oversees the Constitution, supersedes the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. It's written right in the document, and we're going to show it to you. Why are Liberian legislators and the executive allowing this to continue? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have some great men. We are hoping that some women will join us someday. If you know a woman that is willing to sit in a hot seat,
or if you know a wallow,
you should have invited your good friend Mrs. Grace Gore to join us today. That would have been nice.
I have sent out an invitation. She will, if she responds, she will be coming. So I'm looking forward to hosting her here so we can delve into the issues. But she says she's waiting on her 48-hour ultimatum. So we will go.
You took the woman job and you expect her to accept an invitation from you.
Okay, you see that's so. In Michael Palmer, I sent a video to Michael Palmer to play. If he's not there, then
It's in the chat room. You can play it from the WhatsApp chat room.
I'm trying to pull it from the chat room. Okay, let me see here. Because this is what everybody is waiting for to hear. But let me see.
If you get a chance, guys, while he's looking for that, and I'm sorry, I put this in the FOL chat room. I didn't put it in the On Point chat room. Since we're about to talk about HPX and the Mattel Steel. There's an interesting article written by the Independent newspaper.
Okay.
And I thought it did a very, very brilliant analysis of what they see as potential dangers that could actually scuttle the whole HPS deal.
Wow. Are you kidding us, Mr. Nangwe? You trying to distract us from your CMC, thing? What were the guy? They trying to distract us talking about CMC tobacco, then you talking about HPS.
Listen, just because we're talking about CMC doesn't mean we can't talk about anything else. Okay?
So we're focusing on what even the game. Let's talk about
we can.
Can we start the discussion? Elvis cannot we can
exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me go until the Mr. Asumani can come and pull the video. Let me.
No, we're hearing the video playing in the background.
I'm coming. I'm going to play. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is the former chairperson of the CMC USA, Madam Grace Gua.
You want here? Please. Help me to share this video. Put my glasses on first. These people they are not willing to hear for some reason. They're not willing. So if you come on here, help me to share the video. I want everybody to get on this. live here before I talk.
She's looking for.
Everybody will do the cost. I think 500 people at a time. What is that talking?
You leave my chair with my alone.
This.
Okay.
I hope you don't play the whole video, Mr. Jimmy. We all watched that video already.
I would never sit for people to destroy my character. I worked so hard for my name. Everybody who knows me know me. I have working organizations in high positions, and my name is very, very important. It's known in America for the work that I have done, and in Liberia for the kind of things I have done. One day, nobody will ever give you any bad record of my reputation when it comes to my work. And this CMC party will not cost me my name. They will not cost me my name. Instead, I will cost you. So I just wanted to say, I have a few seconds to speak here. I'm not going to speak much because I will have to go to a major radio station to tell my story. All right. Hello, you guys there? Okay.
We are here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Just let me know if you're hearing me.
I can hear you.
Mr. Give me stop the thing. What I'm talking to.
Share this particular video. This particular video. I want to express something because these people, they are very evil, very, very evil people. I tell my parents, I don't know why we are like that. Why is Game playing that? I will not allow you to destroy my character. I'm not like you. You don't have any, so you cannot destroy mine. It's not fair to me.
Wow.
So, if you don't know me, my name is Grace Hua. I am an activist. I am an advocate. I have fought so tirelessly in Liberia since 2009. I did some work in the country. I have resource. I just wanted you to know I have resource with so many things I have done. I'm not a boastful woman. So maybe you have not heard about me before that I said this and that, but people who know me knows my story. And that's why I was in shock when I even heard my stories in the newspapers, because I didn't know people knew about me this much until I joined this party called CMC, which I regret the minute, the second, the hour. I'm too good a person for anybody to try to smear my character and my name. I always told people the story. My mother was a single mom. She gave me my name. She told me that all she had to give, because she had 10 children. Some of them she raised, and some of them were biological children. So she only built one house. The woman working government all her life. Very honest woman. She was the only person who really stood up the door. If you don't know, Mary Elliott asked about her in the 80s. They would tell you about her. And she never took anybody nothing. She built her house on LPA. My family, we are not known for that. So I will never allow CMC to say nonsense about my name. I resigned from CMC. I sent a resignation letter to CMC. Mr. Bennett and his derogatory executive holding the letter, they don't want to share it, tell the people why I resigned. And they know in the letter why I resigned. So since they don't want to share the letter, I was giving them chance and respect. Because when I work with respect. Everybody respect each other, and that's how I do my job. I built your party. You forgot? Even the political launch you own right now. I'm the one needed the political launch. The banner for the political launch, I made that banner. I help you with your ideology. I help you with everything for free. You never pay me one cent. I didn't ask you because my fight for Liberia is different. I want to see the betterment of Liberia, so my fight is strong. You created this party through my inspiration. And you asked me to join you. It took me days. I did not want to join you. You told me, say, I should come. And I said, okay, I sacrificed and I came to the party to help you build your party. Because it's not everybody who know book, know administration. You got empty degree, and people when you get behind you, they don't even know what they call administration. I brought administration to your party. I did everything I could. The different platforms, all the WhatsApp platform, half of it, I built it.
If I were you, pause that thing, Mr. Gibbon. That would destroy you.
I did not want to talk. The part where you will go and start to tell people I left the party because of a personal financial issue. I don't take nobody money. Before I knew you, I had my own stuff going on. I lived in a 3,000 square feet house. I ran a 2025 BMW that was bought in 2024. It had nothing to do with you. Since I've been to your party, I never $1. The bank account, I took everything, I sent it to my lawyer. All the information on the bank account, I get everything today. You and me and your so-called Dr. Francine, we want our bank account together. Every $5 I need our bank account. Dr. Francine know about it, I know about it. Every program I have, I send you the report. Until the Philadelphia program, I even send you the report. Francine never send you her own report. The money she used, she never even told you that she used it. She the one was refusing to give information to the people concerning reports. When your Mr. Game started arguing, she was arguing. The screenshot then in the chat room where she was arguing with him. The artist I said, no, we have to give reports. And I told Johnson to get the report for Minnesota program. Everything was lined up according to the bank account, everything. For you to go to start telling people in your party that because of personal reason I left this party, it had to do with financial. You are a wicked man. You are a wicked man. I never expected that from you. I really did believe that you know we could work together. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I left it to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have done our due diligence. That was part is an hour, I think about 45 minutes rant. It is our duty to present to you the tape raw as it is.
Mr. Goodman.
Yes.
Mr. Goodman, 1 minute.
Yes.
Mr. Goodman, even though the damage has been done, but you shouldn't have played that video. If I were you and Mr. Nangbe over here, I would have ignored this topic entirely and take care of the rest of it in-house. That's what we do as natural leaders. But for you to make more of this video, and I mean, you lose something. You don't gain nothing. So I will recommend to you that you slow down on this issue. Let it be an executive issue instead of you being the, how should I call it, the guy on the media trying to tear this thing apart. You can do it. You have the ability because you're a propagandist, but you're a big man in that party.
Mr. Gamer, I disagree. I appreciate the fact that you're playing this video. It shows that you can separate yourself, your personality on online politics in our space here. So the fact that you're trying to
hold on.
When you were talking, you didn't interrupt. Why?
I appreciate the fact because I know Mr. Gamer, outside of the show, we talk, personally. I would have lost respect for you how you guys try to cover this up and act as if it's some kind of society bush that you're in. You can't talk about it. So I appreciate the fact that you're bringing it up, even though you're even mentioned in this video. So I know Mr. Namo is trying to do that. Oh, I don't want to talk about it with listening to the executive, committee. No, I like the fact that you brought it up so we can discuss it. You guys are part of this, and even though we want a political show, at least the fact that you're being open and transparent, I like that. That's how it should be.
The thing is, first of all, I think Mr. Morris, you're just giving Mr. Gamer, I know that it's fake flowers, right? Because at the end of the thing is on the internet. Whether he wanted to share it or not, we're going to see it. So we're not praising him for sharing something.
No, but he could have buried his head in the sand. But he's confronting it, which is good.
He won't bury it here or not, we'll not see it.
Mr. Booty, the video is on the internet for your personal view. It is being presented here for us to collectively dissect what is happening and get public opinion. That's what this is about. The CMC, when we formed the CMC, it was formed to be a different kind of organization. We don't say we'll wash our dirty clothes behind the house. If you want to wash your dirty clothes behind the house, they don't have dirty clothes. We have issues, we discuss them. This is why Liberia is backward.
Mr. Namwe, what you say about it?
We will extrapolate.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. I'm not done. We will extrapolate. We will separate the facts from the fiction. We will separate truth from false. And then we'll go from there. Mr. Namwe, your take.
Yeah. So right now, even though I bear the title of CMC segment, but right now we're speaking here as FOL panelists. The video is out there. Anybody can go to Ms. Goa's Facebook page and play it. I mean, there's no point. But the party, as a party, has taken the position of do no harm. Look, we work with Grace. She was an integral part of us, and we respect her for what she brought to the table, in spite of what she's saying right now. And look, I have a lot of respect for her. I disagree with some of the stuff that you're saying, but I think she has the right to express herself. The party has also taken the position that we will not return fire for fire. We love her when she was here with us. We respect what she did, and she has left us. We're going to move on. And that's the position I'm taking as well. Today, we have Sam Jackson coming into our fold, and we're doing other things. Yes, this is the part of the political process. People will come and go. I was saying, I think just this week, somebody in Nimba resigned from CDC and quit the whole party. It happens all the time. As to the other drama that is attending it, I wish that didn't happen, but I have no control over that. And the party has taken a position. The political leader issued a statement again last night, reaffirming the party's position that we will do no harm to Ms. Gore. We will not return fire for fire. So she can express herself as long as she wants. She should go ahead. That's her right to do so. As to the CMC, we thank her for what we did together, and we're going to move on. What she is saying, if there's any validity and any truth to it, it will bear itself out as the party grows. We will crumble. Because according to her, we know nothing. We are all buffoons. We don't know how to run anything. So without her presence, we will not be able to move forward. That's what she is saying. You should listen to the tape. So now you watch us as we go ahead. And if she's right, we will cease to exist in a matter of weeks. We will crumble. That's what I have to say about that. Right now, I'm celebrating ever since this episode. I think the party has recruited over 2,500 people. People are signing up. I'm telling you now, Sam Jackson just came over. Say whatever you may about Sam Jackson, but he's a highly respected opinion leader in the community. He supported the CDC. He is my former PAL brother, and now he's coming over to the CMC. We're happy to have him. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the CMC agenda, what we hope to do. What we've done in the past 8 months surpasses what the two governments combined, the immediate past government and this government. What they have done, if you put it against our record, what we've done in 8 months, we've done far more than they have done. And this current government is already in the process of spending $1.6 billion. $738 million budget last year, $880-something million budget together. You put it together, over $1.6 billion. What do we have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. Besides the president taking private jets and building a $10 million villa in Vanjama, in Zozo. What does this government? That's the record. That's what we want to talk about. We don't want to talk about all these people taking pop shots at each other. That it has absolutely nothing to do with helping our people to relieve them of the suffering that they face every day. How many people today did not went to bed without eating? If we come to sit there and talk about video, that's really, I have absolutely no interest. I have no appetite for it. Elvis can come on and mouth, say whatever way he wants to. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the positive.
I'm coming to talk about it, Mr.
That's
Mr.
where I
Number.
am. That's where I am.
You're not silent us from criticism. Look,
excellent. Mr. Elvis Morris, your turn.
Mr. Gay Man, let's get to the crux of the issue, right? This is something that I've said. I'm not part of your CMC, but I've noticed from the periphery, right, that anytime Dr. Francine Richardson is criticized, the likes of Mr. Namwe, who I have tremendous respect for, jumps up and try to defend her to the core. And maybe I'm sure maybe he and his wife they have a personal relationship and a friendship with her, and they like her, so they defend her. But she's put herself in a political light, and she can be criticized. And Ms. Grace Goa was criticizing her, and she mentioned you. Actually, you thought she was insulting you, but she was actually praising you, Mr. Gaiman, when she said that even Mr. Gaiman asked for a report on the money that was being spent, and she accused Dr. Richardson of not sending a report of the money that she spent in the party. But Grace, Mrs. Goa, she sent a report, and she was telling you that Musa Bilete, even his interaction with Dr. Francine Richardson, it's always been kind of uncanny. It's like, he's always drooling over her. It seemed like he hold this woman in such high esteem, and that's what she was saying. Having a PhD don't mean you're a great administrator. Having a PhD don't mean you're beyond reproach. She's a smart woman in her professional field, but in politics, she's wanting. So when we're criticizing her, it's not a disrespect to her. It's just telling you that in the political space, we don't see her as a major player. There's a number. I bring this back to your attention. And again, I was offended by it personally when we made a statement that Jackie McCabe is not on the same level as Francine Richardson. I thought that was disrespectful to Jackie because Jackie has ran a successful campaign. She's a bona fide politician in Liberia. What has Dr. Richardson done in the political realm? Nothing. So when people are criticizing her, it's a bona fide criticism, and we have to respect their views. Look, the CMC, for you guys to be bringing political reprobates and political charlatans back into your ranks and think that you're doing anything different, like Mr. Number would like to say we're doing something different. Did I do anything different? Who is Sam Jackson? Sam Jackson is a man who is sucking on the tits of government and looking for anybody who got money to run and lash himself to them. When you during the 80s when you're working on Wall Street and went to the London School of Economics, those days are past. He's not really valuable to anybody. He's put himself into repute. So to brag about Sam Jackson, it's embarrassing. I like the fact that Mr. Gayman yourself is on his team. I like that. But to bring people like Sam Jackson as a big win, it's embarrassing, really. And lastly, I would say this, Mr. Gayman, again, I appreciate you for bringing it up. I appreciate you for not hiding behind it. And I know you. I know that in some of these meetings you are outspoken and you're vocal. I know that you wasn't kowtowing to no woman because she got a PhD. So anybody who's doing that, you should check your manhood. This woman I think, politically she's inept. Professionally she might be a great person, and I'm sure she's really qualified and competent. But politically, from what I've seen so far, she doesn't seem like she has the stuff to be a political leader or executive on any political party. That's just my take.
So Jerome, I hope you give me the time because Eric said a lot. Let me unpack it.
No, we're gonna talk.
No, Mr. Lambo, you have your turn. Let other people speak.
Give me a second.
Okay,
You didn't tell him to stop. Give me a second. First of all, let me say this, Elvis. This has absolutely nothing to do with PhD or gender. If Francine Richardson is my global leader, when you attack her, especially unfairly, it is my responsibility to defend her, which I have done. There has absolutely been no time here that Dr. Richardson has been attacked fairly. And I said, yes, you shouldn't say that when you're right. The issue with Jackie McKay, Jackie compared the CMC to a CDC auxiliary. Do you know how condescending that is? And she told her to stop, but she drew her out. And she responded the way she did. Did I say that she is less than Richardson? Absolutely. Richardson is a global leader. Jackie McKay is nothing. She's just a surrogate. What is her position? What is her position? Dr. Richardson, if you must know, ran Musa Hassan Bilite's campaign for representative in Liberia. You don't know that. You don't just come here and say stuff you know absolutely nothing about. You're making wrong assumptions. She ran a successful campaign for Musa today. He is representative. He is sitting in the House of Representatives.
If Russell jump out to running that campaign, to do what I want.
Okay, gentlemen, we're staying too long this thing, man.
She has some history of political work. So for you to come here and say Jackie ran successful campaigns that originally had done nothing, you're wrong. You're speaking out of you're speaking out of your head. You're not speaking from the facts. I have a lot of respect for you, but there are times that I think you really get it wrong. And sometimes you refuse to admit that you get it wrong. And I'm saying it again. Richardson, in her capacity as a global head, she and Jackie are not on the same level. They're not.
Okay.
So now, as I'm ending,
let
me just say this to you. even you and I here on the network, we may disagree. But if I were to go anywhere you'd be attacked unfairly, I will defend you. That's the person I am.
Thank you,
I'll defend you too, Mr. Number.
Thank you.
I will defend you. If
It's
I
all right.
think you, I think there is some validity to the attack.
Absolutely,
I will say
It's all
so.
right.
That's my nature. But to come in here and say that, I need to check my manhood, how dare you?
No.
Mr. Nangwe.
No, but you just
Mr. Nangwe, you're taking it personally. That's what I said.
Hold on. You just said to Mr. Gayman, she actually praised you, and I'm happy you played the tape here. Anybody who think that original was right, they need to check their manhood. What does
I was talking to ability. That's what I was talking to. So don't take it personally. I always say I respect you. If I don't respect somebody, I would say Mr. Number, and I respect you too. You know that. I never attack you personally ever, and I will never do so.
I apologize on his behalf.
Mr. Aliu, if you apologize for somebody, that will not go to you because the people are here. They can apologize for themselves. They have to go ahead.
I will go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Then you for exuberant, Mr. Nangwe. So let it go. Yeah. Sometimes you just talk.
Who's the you? The you or ever the you?
No,
Do I look like youth to you? You talking about that? That you want to go be a more
I'm not a youth, my man. I'm not a youth. I mean, I'm middle age.
In Liberia, you are a youth, or are you?
Yeah, well, in Liberia, no, I don't think I'm youth. Anyway, I'm 50 years old. But anyway, here's the deal.
Man, you don't know when you were born. Just get off from here.
Okay, fine. You did alone you that were born around Moe at that time when there was no hospital? Born fast too. But anyway, look, the whole thing here, I hope this particular round, once we get to Buri and Tao, we just shut this in and get to some real business here, real issues. Mr. Nangwe defense for that lady is, in fact, the whole defense is inappropriate. It's not even in line or anything. They say the woman went to Nimbaka, the Ram. We already living here, Pluto. We're living right here. The behavior that woman carried out on Spoon was a representative of her character. In fact, of her pedigree, okay, of her credential. What she exhibited over there was completely pedestrian. Let's be honest about it. I hope she'll be bold enough to come out and apologize one day. But I think what you just did, Jennifer, and I hold water. But CMC people, let me tell you something. I wish your success. Okay. I wish your success. I wish you good luck. But we've seen your crime before. We've seen people who came to the country with $100 million. They were COO and FCO and FOOO to Google and to BF rate. We've seen your crime. All right? And I can guarantee you, if you obtain 1% in 2029, I'll tell you, you did a great job. So we can go to the other pull anything and get to the real business here.
The real business here is the United Party doing absolutely nothing, and CMC is trying to dethrone them. Mr. Tao,
that is the real thing.
That's the real thing. Mr. Tao, come on.
Yeah. Okay. This whole thing is a waste of time and energy. We spend our time discussing things, I think, or placing emphasis on things that don't even. Here is a country in real problem. And you see governments being formed abroad through all these conventions and all this stuff. These are government in waiting. Mr. Nangwene on the show condemn everybody else, but they are positioning themselves so that they can go and put their hand in the national coffers. That's all that it is. These are all these different conventions are government in waiting to go to Liberia. This is where if Musa Belito was to win tomorrow, this is a government right here. So when Mr. Morris is talking, he pointing some stuff out because somebody have PhD or have anything else. What does that mean? It don't mean they understand how to run stuff. People can have PhD and they can be taught. They can carry on talkish behavior. But look, we waste our time. All of the political parties in Liberia, for you to know that they're serious and nobody actually have the desire or the knowledge on what to do to help Liberia. If the energy they're wasting is about few people in the diaspora that they're electing and they're putting together committees, when this kind of energy is supposed to be devoted at home to be able to build real consensus. What actually can end, let's just take Musa Belito. What does Musa Belito really have to offer Liberia? What it takes to run that country other than is greater than building some foot bridges.
Like I said, yes,
okay, what Musa ability them, or they're going to come there CMC. I know that they're not coming to take part because they can't win. Comparing CMC to CDC, if you look at it in the political sense of Liberia, they actually are elevating you because CDC is a much more established force. So to say that it's a disgrace, I don't understand. But look, there's a waste of time. We need to move away from this stuff, this diaspora stuff that everybody traveling over here to come and have this convention. You can see the very government, already future government in waiting. That is what we are seeing here. Then when the people in Liberia get upset and we point it out, we are told that we shouldn't say that because we are over here. But few people, for a long time, but at least from 2006, the diaspora have been exploiting Liberia, looting just about everything. They come in the government diaspora, stay out of the government. The world is changing. Geopolitical realignment is taking place. We see all of the so-called political leaders and the present leader can't even align Liberia in a way where they make sound decisions. They're still stuck on concession and World Bank policy and all of this stuff. Do you know what Ghana and Burkina Faso and Kenya and Uganda them and Kenya and just Ethiopia just did? They converted their loans from dollar to yen. What for Ethiopia doing that? What the old China they're going to save almost $500 million in interest that they bypass World Bank or U.S. interest payment. What that did, it put a whole lot of money in their pocket. So these are the kind of things that are taking place. We in the diaspora, we have no commitment. People sitting all on this platform here, they want to go run for this one, run for that one. We don't have the commitment. We don't live there. Mr. Nangwe, Mr. Gamer, myself, we are here. We want to serve in the government. The moment something goes wrong, we jump on the plane and come back. A bunch of foreigners or tourists or expats cannot run a country. They cannot be the central people in those governments. If they have an expertise, look, let us devote on building domestic capacity with the people. The majority of the people are on that ground. Let us empower them. Let us build institutions that lift them up so that if we have some expertise that we can lend, we get in and we lend that, but we cannot lead the policy position of that country. If I was to tell HPX that, no, you can't drill, we got to have 50-50, what happened? The moment the United States say anything, I live here, my children are here, I will cave in. These are the things, at least I'm honest and I'm pointing this out. Let us be honest. None of us here have anything to offer Liberia in that sense.
Let's be sure about.
Please.
Thank you. Let me go to Dr. Booty. Give me your take from across the water. You across the water and nobody can scare you. You fire away.
Mr. Tao can scare me. You know, today he wears suit. I'm worried, you know, because this man has never worn a suit in over a year of us being on this platform. But look, I'm not gonna labor the point, right? I think everyone has said most of the things that should be said. The only thing I'll say is, look, normally when individuals leave a political party in Liberia or in the Liberian context, these things are becoming the norm, right? It's an expectation. Once they leave, they will be disgruntled. They'll say all kind of things to try and paint the organization that they're leaving in the worst possible way, right? And that's basically how I see. Again, I've met, you know, through Mr. Gaiman, I met Miss Gua here in Manchester. Well, in Manchester earlier this year. She seemed like a very decent individual. I as far as I know, right? But unfortunately, as it is life and our experience as Liberians, whenever we have people falling out with a political establishment and they're leaving, they try to burn the house down. And I don't see any difference here. So personally, I don't give it a lot of credence. Yes, she might be upset. There are ways to deal with this. Yes, you're leaving the party. You write to the party executive and tell them why you want to leave, and you leave. Go on with your life and do something else. Now, as far as I know, because I've seen the video briefly, these things I don't normally spend too much of my time watching them. And she wasn't being interviewed, right? So it's different when you're being interviewed because you've been invited by an organization, like a media house, to say, "Oh, come and tell us your side of the story." But when you just go on Facebook Live and start shouting and screaming and saying all kinds of things, I really don't, think it's nice. Again, I met her; she's a nice person. She seemed like a nice person. I believe at some point she will see this maybe as a miscalculation or ill-advised act, and she could have done it in a more formal way, but more respectful. Go on a talk show and tell your side of the story without using some of the words and criticizing and denigrating people as she did in parts of the speech. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Full disclosure, you sympathize with the CMC, right?
Let me let me
I don't
let me
sympathize. I don't sympathize with anyone.
Sympathize with it.
let me
I,
let
I,
me
I don't
let, let me go to
sympathize.
Mr.
Wait,
Padmore.
wait, 1 minute. 1 minute, Mr. Giving. He want me all the cool people on the show veteran because he started with Mr. Nangri and he got to me. And don't be telling people things about me that I'm telling you no, and then he said no.
You
He
said
said
it
it to
before, you
Akim
sympathize with them.
Kamara. No. The CMC. Look, I attended a CMC meeting in Manchester.
Okay, there you
The
go.
CMC offered. Again, the Liberian community in the UK attended that meeting. I wasn't the only person attending. But I do believe in a lot of the things that the CDC is offering. And obviously, we want to see how it plays out. I believe that given the opportunity, there could be a lot of good that comes out of the CDC. So, yeah, if that is sympathizing,
CMC, don't confuse them with the CDC.
CMC,
CMC.
sorry. No, yeah, sorry. I apologize, my people. CMC, you can't want how you with the CDC man, you can't start causing me the way somebody was causing the other time.
Please.
Great. Mr. Padmore,
Yes, sir.
during the old days when things happens in the party or in the organization, they say, let's keep it in-house. So we never learn to resolve conflict. Conflict resolution is one of those things that everybody have to learn. And at some point, you would be forced to learn it. The woman left the party. She has a lot of contradiction in what she said, but she has an opinion, and she feels that something is wrong with her, or we wronged her. So she made her case in public. One of the things that I disagree with her when she said the political philosophy does not align with her ideology. To me, if someone giving me a job,
Don't forget the keyword enough. Does not align enough.
yes, but the idea is before I take a job, if my employer tells me we are going to kill children, we're going to kill women, we're going to rape women, we're going to do this or that, I would say, you know what, this thing doesn't align with my philosophy and my morality. I won't do it. But after you took the job, you've been on the job for a year and now things are not going your way, then you now say it doesn't align with me. I find that very conflicting, your take.
So I did listen. You guys can hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I did listen to a little bit of the Facebook publication that she decided to do. And there were certain things that kind of jumped out at me. Okay. The first one was the I statements. There was a lot of I statements. I built your party. I wanted to train you to be a leader. I did this. I did that. You're in an organization, and there are many people in the organization. People I know who got heads on their shoulders, but you keep seeing I. It came off to me as wrong. It came off to me almost as if, like, you went into this with this mentality that this was going to be you. This was going to be about you. And everybody was supposed to, like, kind of shape up to your call. And that maybe when other people didn't exactly agree with you, then you decided you were going to cause this issue. That was the first thing that jumped out at me. The second thing that jumped out at me is whenever she referred to the global chairperson, it was not with respect. She would either say that your global chair, or something like something almost derogatory, and it kind of the message I got at that was she was not satisfied when that appointment was made. Like was that what she was eyeing? Did she feel like she was supposed to be the global chair, and somebody else was placed before her? Stuff like that. And this person, they know what they were doing, and she's the administrator, and she's the organizer, she's the builder. So those are the things I got. But most profoundly, what came out to me was, I said this to my wife. This was when this thing first happened, right? When she made her third Facebook post or wherever. I said to my wife, I'm like, if that woman wants to say something, let her just come on and say it. Like, don't make me talk. Like, if you got something on your chest, just come on and say it.
Thank you.
Did you get your wife permission to bring her into this, Michael?
That's a better half of me. That's right.
Thank
you.
And listen, he said the better half. That's the best part. He can't. He's the devil in our family. Well, guys, real quick. Mr. Padma, I will start with you 1 minute. She said she gave the political leader 48 hours ultimatum. Or 1 minute. What you take on that?
I think it was just the same thing again. Like, look, why you giving anybody ultimatum? It speaks to the kind of, if you are this peaceful, professional person, whatever, you know what I mean? Why are you out there giving people ultimatums? Why are you forcing people? It's almost like, is that how you operate? Is that the person you are? Like, it has to be your way, and you need to do this or else. You need to do that or else. How it came off to me is like, if you're going to be the consummate professional, look, if I work for an organization, I'm not satisfied and I want to leave, I hand in my resignation and I move on with life. I'm not even listening to, I don't want nobody calling me. I don't want nobody screenshotting things and sending it to me. No, I'm the consummate professional. And if for any reason I feel like you malign my character, I will go to court. There will be a legal. I'm not coming on Facebook, and we're not. That's not professional. I made a joke the other day or last night with somebody I met who's in Congo party or Tier 1 Congo party, whatever LPP or whatever they call it. I said, "Oh, Grace looking for a party. Oh, you want Grace?" He said, "Hey, I don't want Grace. I'm begging you. Let Grace stay." Because the thing is, she might be of value and she might have all these, but the fact of the matter is, an organization, even the people now that are benefiting from this, all this news, right? People who are taking this and using it politically, they are looking at it and they're like, if they woman ever came knocking to our door, we'll never open the door because, if something were to happen, we will be the one out here. It doesn't speak to your professionalism. It does not.
Thank you.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Congratulations on your appointment, Chief.
Listen,
I'm sharing the letter. This letter being the public lesson Monday. This is the letter right here. This is on somebody's webpage. This letter being out, so the whole 48 hours. This letter being out on Monday.
Mr. Gamer, please give me 1 minute to respond, please.
Go ahead.
Look, Mr. Padmo, respectfully, right? This lady was recruited. And I watch her keenly. I'm an ecumenical critic of people. I can criticize men and women in the same breath without bopping an eye. They recruited her. I'm sure Mr. Gayman, with his proximity to her on the show, was the argument. Maybe, he helped recruit her. So Mr. Musa Belete, who professed that he was going to be doing things differently. This lady didn't want to join a corrupt political party. Her previous political association showed that she respected integrity. She supported Dr. Clarence Montefiore, right? He wasn't the most popular party, but his party had integrity. And Mr. Belete was coming that his party would be one of integrity. He appointed her to a highly, a high position in that party. So he must have been, he must have trusted her ability and her competence to do the job. So this is not somebody who's coming from the wayside and he put in such a high position. But the fact that she's telling you that the party apparently made a statement that she resigned for personal financial reasons. That's what she said. Whoever said that, whether it was Mr. Billiter himself, she's trying to protect her reputation. That's all she has. She's telling you she's been an activist for many years. She respects her integrity and her character, and they're trying to malign her. So she's telling you that she's fighting and trying to clear the record and show that there was no financial impropriety when she was there. Anything that she did, any money that she spent, she gave a report, contrasting that with what Dr. Richardson did. And she made that very clear in her submission in that video. So let's not try to beat around the bush. She made some key points, and you have to address it. That's all.
No,
One minute, Mr.
No, the
Jim. 1
man
minute.
spoke to me. The man spoke to me.
No, but you won't get me talking here. Hold it, my man. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me do my 1 minute. Then you cut in.
No, we're coming to you, Aliyu. Let go.
So here's the thing, right? When the Musa said this, who among the 7 of us did anybody see the statement from Musa? Did anybody hear of a statement from Musa? No, this is not public. Where's she getting this from? She just, Musa said that I left for financial reason. Did you see it on Facebook? Did Musa ever publish, Grace left for financial reason? No, that means somebody came to her personally and brought gossip and said, you know what, Musa talking behind her. Musa says so. That's not, and now you jump on Facebook and say, Musa said this, and now Dr. Chinaway did this, and Jerome did this other one in our meeting. That's not how you protect your reputation. That's not if you're a consummate professional and you think Musa malign your character, you reach out to your lawyer and you get a cease and desist letter and you send it to Musa. That's how you do it. You don't come on Facebook, let the people there, let the other people there, and then be talking about, you called him here, you called him. No, come on now. That's not professional. You yourself that you wouldn't do that. But that's why I will stop with that.
Thank you.
Okay, let me do my 1 minute.
Your 1 minute on the ultimatum.
No, just make sure that my 1 minute will not be shut up because I've been on 1 minute, 5 minutes. But here's the thing. The lady said some things. Can we focus on what she said for now and forget about the condemnation? If you really want to make this a topic, then let's get into it. The lady said Musa Billiter appoints everyone. Is that true or is that a lie?
But
Just yes or no. Just yes or no. Not tell the mentor.
Let me answer that. So the nominations are made by consultation. The Constitution gives the political leader the right to appoint.
Okay, so the political leader, so appoint everybody, right? I already got the answer now.
Hold on now. There's certain position to which people are elected, but he has a lot of leverage to appoint a lot of people.
So which position people were elected in?
Say that again.
Which position people were elected?
He was elected, for instance, as a political leader.
Let me just say another thing here because you play with me. I don't ever put a play with me to me, but let me tell you this. Okay, now we're trying to muddy the water here. Your CMC people. The lady said something that I wouldn't have done what she did, but there's a psychological studies out there, particularly about certain race and gender. They never go past the age of 14. I didn't say it. It's written. They're mine. So always remember that too. Before you take out your clothes and run behind the person who came from the bathroom, nigga. Always remember that too. As I tell you that. But here's one thing we should do here. If you want us to stick with this topic for so long, then we have to go back to pinpoint the things the lady said, whether they were facts or not. Mr. Nangwe over here just alluded to one fact that the lady said. A man formed a party. The party headquarters is his personal building, and you tell me the man was elected to be the party head. You were not elected. You had to point in there. You don't have no choice. So the lady said some things. So let's go into that. Let's go into the real issues here.
What do you mean by that statement? You were not elected. The man was elected through a democratic process.
Cummings always the letter on the ANC. You fool not elected. Who you put there?
So does that mean Cummings is not elected?
But who ran against Musa and Biden?
I mean, you guys are making sweeping statements.
Who ran against Musa?
Do some.
Who ran against Joseph Boyka? Who ran
Exactly.
against him?
How we gonna do it? How we gonna do it?
Let other people can talk.
Oh, y'all say y'all were doing things differently. Y'all say y'all were not the same way.
Yeah, see, you're not a sin.
Why you giving the guy
Joseph
hard time?
Boyka did not appoint anybody in the Unity Party. Not one.
That's not a question. Who ran against him and when?
Well, the guy went on wet ballot. Nobody, he didn't stop anybody, but he didn't appoint anyone. Everybody elected.
So after that white ballot, they turn everything red.
You know, when you put the CNC and Unity Party in the same place, it looks like you're not understanding something. They're not in the same. They're not the same class of people.
Like Mr. Nabo was saying, CNC now on Unity Party level.
Unity Party got white ballot, and CNC doesn't. CNC is not.
So
is
in
not
a democratic,
allowed
they
to
got
be
in
near
democracy, they
white
got big
ballot.
party, they got small party. The democracy that apply
Oh,
to big
they
party.
always got big party and small party.
Okay.
We got the independent party here. Let it go win election.
So
They always got big party and small party.
Listen, Unity Party got white ballot. CNC got gray ballot. Dr. Booty.
That joke was for you. I ain't joking with that woman video. It was for you, Joe. It was catch for you.
No. The thing is, I don't think I have anything to say on it. To be honest, I think it's just.
We'll move to the next topic.
Okay. Well, if we agree, that's fine. So we don't have to, because I don't want you to say I didn't get to talk. Okay, guys. So number 2 on the list here, we are going to, if you have interest in Liberian politics, we don't want beating around the bush. According to my friend and brother, Mr. Aliu Kamara, we should get right to the point, the meat of the matter. We should go and talk about the meat of the matter. No beating around the bush, no white ballot business. Let's go to the 3-year visa thing that is going around in Liberia. I want to start with Mr. Aliu Kamara, saying he's the Unity Party person here. Mr. Aliu, do you want me to play the video with the president and the foreign minister dancing and kissing? You want me to play that? Okay, now go ahead and tell me, what is the advantage of the 3-year visa? Why should Liberia be proud and see that as an accomplishment?
Look, and as much the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is doing its job, cleaning the government's reputation and bringing back a proper bilateral, connection and reactivating things that were deactivated by Murray and his team. I don't see any reason why a nation, the president, or any top-ranking government official should celebrate because one country gave visa to go to their own country. I mean, would they be celebrating you for giving them visa to come to your country? So for me, I think that was she shouldn't have done that. If I was the one who recorded that video, I would have deleted it right after the show or whatever they were doing. I wasn't going to post that video because I'm a very proud man. I have a lot of pride in me. I am great just the way I am. I can't say just because Budi is a British man and I'm a Liberian man, therefore I'm a bit grateful that Budi allowed me to go to Great Britain when Budi don't even care about going to Liberia. Why can't I fix my own country in a way that will make Budi want to be there all the time? Why should I be proud to go to other place to go do Sony Don't Go work? So again, I give them their credit. They're doing some really good things. The country is getting more respected, diplomatically speaking, but we should be more focused on empowering ourselves in many ways, our history, our identity, improving and extending our culture and tradition, and making other people to see us as valuable people, the people that we really are, beyond just the visiting. But those who are going to the embassy for visa, who are doing businesses between Liberia and the United States, this works for them, and this is a plus. This is a plus for them. So bravo. But that video, when I saw that video, in the first 2 seconds, I turned it off and I went about my business. But not necessary.
Honorable Aliu Kamara turned out to be the disarmer. He disarming almost everybody here. Mr. Kamara, I tell you are the champion, the real Pan-African this year. Let me go to Mr. Tao. Tao, you have not spoken for a while. I saw our foreign minister dancing and the president laughing, giggling with his phone, and she kissing him, and he kissing her back, and the hugging and the dancing, because we got a 3-year visa. But they are not. Are we looking at the fine print here, Mr. Tao?
Yeah. There are two things here. First, what they're not telling you is what the Liberia have to give up. What the Liberia lose for that. Remember, the Trump team is not just Trump, but the U.S. government as a whole, or just any government, but we are talking about the U.S. right now. Other than maybe African who don't know how to really function in a global environment when it comes to stuff like this. The U.S., first, why did they decide that they were going to create a visa ban? Because they were demanding something. They wanted something. They wanted to make some concessions. And when you make concession with a giant, you know that you probably give up your entire life. So remember, before that visa stuff, you heard that she met with Rubio and there was a critical mineral deal. So if we can look at it from that scenario, Liberia have made concession to mortgage generations unborn just for some visa. A visa that is actually not even guaranteed. Remember, the visas are not guaranteed. Is it guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed.
No, it's an extension. It's an extension of the time you've been spending. Your visa
it's not guaranteed. So if somebody tell you that, Mr. Morris, I'm going to give you 100 days for you to stay in my house and for you to eat out of my restaurant, everything, but that does not require that you will get the chance for you to travel there. So that is so it's not guaranteed. So here, if somebody promises something that is not guaranteed, and you are giving them something that most likely that is a sure thing. That's one. But look, this lady right here, she's not doing anything wrong, really. Because remember that we champion all over the place about the servitude, about us actually being controlled, about us believing other people more than ourselves. That is what we champion. So that is what you were hired for. They say go, the internationalization in the minds of Liberians is so strong that I go to Liberia. Nobody want to go anywhere unless you attach international to it. Nobody want to have anything to do with you. So she's doing the international stuff. And so that's why she's dancing. That is seen as a major accomplishment. So that's the whole thing. So this is where we are. And look, these kind of things will continue to happen. Look, we are not the only Africans abroad. You have Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast. My brother, I don't see none of the political parties that when the election is coming up organizing that they're all running abroad to France, to America. And that is where the government is being formed and that some lady resigned, that it become a big issue way in the US. That would be when they focus, because all the political parties, they're empty. They lack vision. They don't even know what they want to. They don't even know what the challenge is that is ahead of them in actually leading our country. So when they hear that, oh, they just go abroad, and that when you ever saw the Ghanaian political parties come here, I'm here in Nigeria, in this place. This is the most populated Nigerian community in Texas. I've never seen one of the political parties come here to campaign to decide that this will determine something back home. And when they win, guess what? The people that serve in the government, the court, they're not being picked from abroad, even though they have a lot of credible people, but they know something. That people
let me get my take on this, please.
Can come back. So the lady is doing what she's doing. Anytime America or Europe or anything is attached to something that we are doing, it's supposed to be something we're supposed to celebrate. So she was dancing. So she's just doing what she was hired for.
Thank you.
So is it I'm having
okay. No, it's my time. Is that number, please?
Okay.
See man. Thank you. Look, I think this was diplomatic reciprocity that was being extended to our country, and it's fine. Liberia had done it, like somebody pointed out on the show on Friday, extended American visas for 3 years, and America did the same thing, reciprocity. That's fine. But I think what's more glaring here is the behavior of our foreign minister, right? Can you imagine Mr. Gaffwan when he was foreign minister, leaning over to kiss Ellen Johnson Sirleaf on the cheek, or barely on the cheek, almost on the lips? That would have been unprofessional. He probably would have been dismissed for that. So I hope Mr. Yanti, your husband, is looking and looking at his video and seeing that sometimes some men worry about how their wife behave in the workplace, especially with their boss, if their boss is a male. So you dancing, your president holding your hand, you doing all kinds of funny things with the president.
And the man, dollar man, forget that thing.
No, please. The woman I know, she not 15-year-old girl. That woman in her 40s, maybe 50. So please don't say that the man daughter. It's unprofessional. To see that video was cringy. It looked almost like boyfriend and girlfriend play, and that's the president of the Republic and our foreign minister. So we have to point it out. It's unprofessional. But secondly, look, like Mr. Tower was saying, right? This is not an increase in the percentage of visa that's going to be given out to Liberians. It's an extension of the time that your visa is valid for. So this is not a big win, as people will say, right? Somebody made a point that at least once you get a visa, you don't have to be going back and forth for interview, which is fine. But again, majority of Liberians who go to that place to maybe come in for tourism or for business, the percentage of them that's not going to get the visa is actually going up almost to 80% now, from like 78% going almost to 79%. So it's not going to change dramatically. It's not going to actually help us in bringing more people to the United States. But lastly, like Mr. Kamara was saying, building up the country to a point where most people don't want to leave, and they're happy with being in Liberia. That's the ultimate goal. But for her to be dancing and shouting like a little schoolgirl, oh my god, like she had some major, foreign, diplomatic win, it was embarrassing. It shows that she's really not a true consummate diplomat. Her behavior, her excitement over menial gains in the diplomatic corridors is embarrassing, quite frankly.
Thank you. Let me go to Mr. Namwe. You wanted to chime in?
Yeah, Lucy, when you listen to Tao talk, and if you didn't know, you wouldn't think he lives in America. You don't think he lives outside. I mean, if it is so bad being here, why you just go back home and stay there? I really sometimes I feel to understand what is it you have against the people in the diaspora. You make all these false statements. It's not everybody in the government who is from the diaspora. I said that to you over and over. There are a lot of people in Liberia who are not from the diaspora who are serving in the government, and there are people in government who are also from the diaspora. If you're going to talk about it, I want you to make sure you talk about both sides. But you come here, you rail against people from the diaspora. There are a lot of very technical people here in the diaspora who really can contribute a lot to Liberia. If you didn't know that,
we'll contribute in the private sector.
Hang on, I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish. There are also a few of them who have gone who have misbehaved. I get that, and I agree with you. Those have to be pointed out, but there are also some of the locals who have also misbehaved. You got to also point them out. But when you talk, you make it sound as though all of the problems that emanate from government in Liberia are coming from the diaspora, and that is not true. That is a false representation that you're making here. You continue to say that, and I've said that to you over and over. You need to cut it out, and you don't. You come here, you say the same thing over and over. And I will continue to tell you, your representation is false, is misleading. You're not telling the truth. It is misleading. You need to stop. Okay, let me come back to the visa situation here, right? I think the emphasis should be on like it's been today, how many people are getting visa to leave Liberia, right? How many people can enjoy the privilege?
That's not what this thing is about.
I think that's what we should focus on. The question of people staying more than 2 years, 3 years, really it is immaterial. The rejection rate, I think that what should concern us. And the reason for the rejection, I think the rejection rate is around 70-something percent, almost 80%.
79%, yeah.
Thank you very much. That's almost 80% of Liberians who get rejected compared to, say, Ghana, which is, I think, around 60-something percent. Why are Liberians being rejected? Because the overstayed rate here is about 50 or over 50%. 50 or so percent of us who come here, we don't go back. Why don't we go back? Because the country is too hard. When people get an opportunity, people go to Cameroon and overstay Liberian. They don't want to come back from Algeria, from Morocco, everywhere, anywhere outside Liberia. Most people don't want to come back. So I think the focus should be on improving the conditions back home so that our people who will come here will go back home, and that will increase the rate of Liberians who can leave Liberia and go to other parts of the world. But this thing about people being able to come and stay 2-3 years and all of that, even after 3 years, those who don't want to go back will not go back. It doesn't change the situation. Then the question is how many people can benefit from that? If you got less than the 31% of our people being given, visa, how many people will really benefit from this? So I'm not sure if it is something that we should be celebrating. I think what we should be working on is improving the conditions of our people so that when they travel, they will want to return home. Nowhere is better than home. We all want to go home. But if home is so difficult for you, you don't want to go back there. I think that's why many people who leave Liberia don't want to go back. And I think that's where our emphasis should be.
Great. Dr. Booty, the argument here is, and I saw the editorial from the Liberian investigator. It was a great one. It says we should not pin our hopes on visa. There's nowhere like home as long as our home we have no incentive, no reason to return home. Visa, even they give you 10 years to stay in somebody else's country, you are still a refugee, you are still an alien, you are still away from home. So they think investment should be made at home to have people wanting to stay home rather than leaving.
I think we should be, and unlike Mr. Morris, who can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I think Liberia and Liberians should be able to chew gum and walk, right? I think celebrating the extension of the length of visas that Liberians get to a longer period is a good thing, I think, and economically it is for Liberian business people who would have to renew their visas so often and have to incur the cost of having to renew. So, for example, if someone wanted to visit the US 3 times over 3 years, that's every time you come, you have to go and get another visa every time, and the process is so cumbersome, and it takes a lot of time out of your business schedule, and then the funds you have to pay. Now, if you get a 3-year visa, you don't have to pay those extra funds, and you don't have to waste those extra time. So that's a win in and of itself. Yes, Liberians are overstaying in the US. And like Mr. Nangbe said, in many other countries as well. And we all, I think one of the reasons why all of us, 6 of us or 7 if you include Mr. Banton, come on here every Sunday, some of us later in the night than some of you guys, to talk about these issues is because we all are in agreement that Liberia has to do more to develop our country so that we can have a country where we cannot only be proud of it, but that at least people leaving the country wouldn't want to go out and not return, because at home is even as good as or even better than some of the places that we go to and overstay. On the issue Mr. Morris talked about with regards to the madam kissing the president, I saw the kiss, but it didn't look anything nefarious at all. Right? This is the boss. She pulled her jaw there. He kissed her on her jaw that day. And I don't know what video you saw. I didn't see anything.
Mr. Give me play that video, please.
I saw 2 individuals celebrating something that is a win, and that's the point I'm going to end on. The unfortunate situation of our country right now is that a win that is that minuscule, right, is being celebrated that like it's some kind of monumental shift. This is a win that most countries will not. It will be in the news like the pew. People will not even see it again. If just come and go like that, because it's so minuscule, right? And that is for me the problem, that these guys are not having anything to showcase to the Liberian people for the almost 2 years that they've been in government, that something as minor as this is now a major success. That we got videos all over the place and press releases and this and that, and then that is the troubling thing. But again, I think it is a win. I think some Liberians will benefit from it. I think the celebration was fine in my opinion, but yeah, they should focus on doing much better things for the Liberian people from our country so that we can celebrate bigger wins than this little thing that they're celebrating now.
Mr. Tao, the editorial said the visa extension, a welcome gesture, but our future lies at home. And it says here, the recent announcement by the United States government extending visa validity for Liberians home from 1 year to up to 3 years, not 3 years, from 1 year up to, you got to remember now, it's up to. So maximum 3, but you could still get 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, okay? 3 years is, without a doubt, a commendable diplomatic achievement. It reflects the growing confidence of the U.S. in Liberia governance, stability, and partnership under President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Yet, while the nation celebrates, it is crucial that we temper our excitement with sober reflection. This policy shift, though positive, must not be mistaken for a ticket to abandon our national responsibilities or chase greener pasture abroad. Liberia remains our home, our only place where Liberia can truly belong, enjoy full rights, and exercise full citizenship. No matter how long the visa lasts, it does not guarantee or grant equality or privilege or security in a foreign land. The dignity, opportunity, and ownership we seek abroad can only be sustained when we build it at home. What a great editorial. Your take, Mr. Tower.
Yeah. So I spoke on that earlier. You can get a visa that is 1 year. You can get to any of the port of entry and they can cut it down to 3 months. I know many people that happen to. They can cut it down to 3 months, they can cut it down to 6 months. So this is really not a win in a way for me, like just from looking at it. But what your government is not telling you, what did Liberia give up? Because I'm asking this question, and people who are investigative journalists, let them look into this, because in that particular meeting when she met with Marco Rubio, there was news. I saw it where Liberia was making concession to the United States for so-called critical minerals. So are we giving away minerals for some superficial visa extension? That is what we should be looking at. But having said that, look, I want to speak directly to the Liberian people and to Liberians here in the diaspora. There are people on these platforms and here in the US. They claim to be these experts. They claim to have this ability to run something. But yet there is no proof of an organized Liberian community here that is running, where there are an organization that is working in the interest of Liberian in a progressive way that we can all plug into what we come together as a union. It doesn't exist. EULA, an organization like EULA in a country like Liberia. Liberia was a stable country that was focused. EULA we branded as a terrorist organization. They don't want us to yes, no, this is why. This is why. The coup, who are the people that instigated the coup? They were EULA boys. Who are the people that led the war?
Let me get evidence for this thing, man.
That's not true.
No.
Hey, come on, guys, give the man his. Let the man make his point.
All these guys, they were EULA was funded solely for that, to remove a government. No. And EULA have been functioning in that particular realm. Okay, who are the Tom Warrior and the Taylor and all these guys that brought the war? They were EULA. My man, if you have an organization that people who associate with that organization, they come to a certain place and then something drastic happens that harm the country, what would you say about that? And then what has EULA really done? Every time we see EULA, they have a government official in there that they're talking to, they're all begging for job. Anytime EULA mention about Liberia being looked at, it's always about government job. My point that I'm making here is that if you're in the diaspora, if you say you have money, if you say you're an expert, go to Liberia, enter the private sector. Why is it that diasporan going home always have to associate with government? And we know.
Mr. Gaiman, 30 seconds, please.
No, man. That's my auto now.
No.
That's my auto now.
Let him land.
They don't want us to point this out. Mr. Nangwe talking about he warning me. He said he's doing the same thing. Political hobo Joe running from behind one political boss to another. See where he can plug himself in.
My turn now.
My man,
Now he don't want to be talk about it.
I didn't call you. I'm going to cut your time.
System. Liberia,
It's
if
a tower. I
Liberia
get
was
water in my box, man. Please.
sitting here trying to get in government in Liberia, no, you'll be living in Liberia, working in Liberia, and then do that. But they want this weak system to stay so they can exploit it. What does he have to offer Liberia? Also to go and take the same benefits, salary that he's criticizing. And you don't want us to talk about it here?
Thank you. Mr. Padmore, they call me and Mr. Victor Namwe, we are the political hopo Joes of
Our family show you as much as listening, please.
Yeah, they don't know what hopo Joe is, but it's all right. Exactly. But Mr. Padmore, does Tawa has a point? Mr. Gamfuan say he's a financial expert. He worked in the World Bank, but he never went home to do anything with his money, his expertise, to open business and do financial institution, build this, nothing. Same thing with Amara Corner, same thing with Sam Jackson, same thing with all the Liberian experts with the double PhDs. You are the only one that want to leave this country to go home. Michael Palmer is the only man I want to go home and open a business in the private sector. Why is it that everybody in their country that call themselves expert, when they go home, they don't use their expertise to advance the country, but they see government? I mean, Taiwo has a point here.
Yeah, audio kind of bad.
Right. There you go. Look, I wish I knew the answer to that question. Why people do that. I don't know. Maybe it's the, when you work in government, you don't have much of a risk. It's a stable paycheck. When you go into the private sector, the risk is very high, and everything rises and falls on your decision making. So that could be the reason. I'm not sure. My only problem with Mr. Tower is that he generalizes that too much. That is not for the majority of Liberians. For every Liberian that has left America to go Liberia, to go take a Liberian job, I know 10, 12 of them who have gone to the private sector. They go home and they try to do something in their backyard, on their farm, or, open some kind of business, or, something going on. So it's not as generalized as he says it is. However, if we were talking about it, there are people who do that, maybe way too often, that they go home, they take these government jobs, and then once they are fired from the government job, they return back to America to continue. We saw that we've seen that with Acido, we saw that with Fadiga. They lost their job, they got on plane, they're back in the US now. So it does beg the question, why then that happens. But at the same time, we are all Liberians, and as much as I'm not a lover or one that interests lies with government position, I just think I have a hard time, when you get to a certain point left, when you start being your own boss, you have a hard time going and submitting yourself to other people. But we are Liberians, and whether you live in Liberia or you find yourself out of Liberia, if you want to serve, you should have every right to serve. I don't think service to country should be restricted to your geographic location. I don't think that's the case. I think that marginalizes a section of the country, and it should not. It should not do that. I think we all should have equal access to our government. And for those who want to serve, they should be given an opportunity to serve. When it comes to that, I sincerely feel that way, even though I don't, that's not my desire. But for those who have the expertise to do that, I definitely think they should be able to do that. For people who have the expertise, even if they don't want to, but they can bring something good to the table, I think they should. I think they should be encouraged to bring. And I'm not just talking about finance minister. I'm talking more about technocrats. Technocrats. If you know, or you are an expert, or you are well versed in a certain sector, government, whether it is oil and gas, whether it is carbon, whether it is healthcare, whatever it is, engineering. I think the Liberian government would be foolish not to seek out its diasporan population to help the process. They should. And that's why I stand. So that's why I think Taro goes wrong with the whole thing when he makes these wild statements like, if you're in the diaspora, then you must go in the private sector, and the only people that should hold government job are the people that actually live in the country. No, we don't want to marginalize any group of people.
But there is also a real danger associated with that too, Michael. I hope I didn't cut you off. But there is a real divide that is happening in our country beside our.
Mr. Kamara,
moderator.
So you're the moderator from CMC.
There is a real divide that's happening in our country between our compatriots back home and those of us over here. The diaspora annual return is part of that that's trying to bridge the divide. And I keep telling you, when you make statements like this, you're only fueling this divide. It's really, really very, very problematic. There's nothing wrong with you talking about diaspora problem, but I'm just trying, like Michael is saying, be a little bit more specific, and you got to balance it out. But almost everything Tao has to talk about is wrong with the diaspora. You have a problem with EULA, so what? Don't be a part of EULA. You don't have to be a part of EULA. But to just come and pin the entire diaspora population with one brush, I think it's wrong. And you're causing real damage because there are real consequences for these kinds of statements that guys like you come on this kind of reputable platform and you make every Sunday. And I keep telling you, you need to stop. You're doing some damage. You may not realize it, but you go home, you say, you know what is happening. We should be able to get together as Liberians and develop our country. But this divide that you continue to accentuate, there is a divide between diaspora Liberian and diaspora. It is wrong. First of all, this is rumor. Rumor mongering you're engaging in. You don't have to prove what you're saying. You're just saying it. So, and I keep telling you, I respect you, but on this one, I disagree with you. And every time you bring it back, I will push back against it.
Mr. Gary, I gotta defend my big brother, Mr. Tower.
No, we're coming. I'm coming. Mr. Ali Kamara, let's toss now. Almost 90% of us that go home, we go to get Liberian job. You can't deny that. From the 19th who to where we are, and I won't lie to you.
Yeah, but put that again, the 100% of Liberian, but who also want a government job. So what's the problem? But 90% want a government job, 100%.
But you're having a better levy in America. What are you going to do with government job?
Let's talk about the credential that the Liberian people have. All the credential when you go to the Liberian people home, they got degree lined up from the top to the bottom. But they're not going home. Like, person got an MD, they got a medical doctor degree to go to Liberia to look for job in government. Instead of them opening a clinic, opening a dialysis shop, opening where money is in the country. And I'm going to read this to you real quick here. The American government said here, right, despite all the challenges in Liberia, there's room for wealth. And they say agro-processing and food production, renewable energy, information and telecommunication, financial services and financial technology, and manufacturing and waste management. Where you want to be an instant millionaire, they have done the research. This is the report from the investment climate from the State Department. What else do you want the people to do for it? They're telling you.
Let me give you an example of part of the problem.
No, Mr. Nabo, no.
Let me give you an example. If you want to move your money from Monrovia and bring it to the States here, do you know how difficult it is? Or to move your money from here and take it back home, you know how difficult it is? Even to move your money from Ghana to Monrovia, you know how difficult it is? Those are the conditions that the government should help us alleviate so that people can move money freely into Monrovia and do business. Those conditions they're restricting, and you know that.
Mr. Number, you can use Swift if you have enough money. Use Swift, my man.
You know how much it is to send Swift? Everything you send, $100
I'm talking to Mr. Listen, I'm talking to Mr. Ali Kama. After that, when we're done, Mr. Padmo and I will do a lot of business in Liberia, so we know a little bit about the Swift sending money. We'll talk about that later on. Mr. Ali Kamara. You got to agree with Taiwan that you've been talking about the farm. We should make our farm. We should do this. We can do this, and there's money. You've been talking about this, right? But then when the people leave here, they don't listen to you. They go straight to the president and say, oh, man, I need some job. I mean, what? How many person can they one president hire?
Mr. Tao is an extremist. Mr. Tao, I got a question for you. Can you display an article or incorporation bearing your name right now in Liberia?
I do.
You do? Can you display it for us? Yeah?
No. It has to be
Who are
press.
you
Why
that
don't
should
put it? I
display
didn't want
it?
to.
They
I'm
may not have it with it. They may not walking around with it.
They meant to
No,
rehearse.
I have.
It ain't a photo on it in my chest.
I have two, not just one.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about active.
Go ahead,
Active.
Kamara.
Let me go ahead. Active and recent. We'll see the date too. And when it will expire, we'll see. Oh, okay. So, no, I cannot just agree with Mr. Tao because he doesn't break things down. Just take the raw material and just chunk it outside. It doesn't work that way. And in most some of the things he says, there could be some basis of facts in there. But I want to admonish him to be careful the way he speaks. Some of your speeches require actual 25 latches. And let me tell you why. Look, when you are talking and you don't really provide any specificity and just say diasporian, you can't speak like that. Look at it from the other side too. You think we're taking advantage of the point Liberia. Do you know the kind of discrimination we face, even with our own family members, when we leave from here and go to Liberia? Even if there's a family land, they want to preclude you from it. They don't want you to be a part of it. They find ways to sometimes even intimidate you. If you are from the diaspora and you go to the Ministry of Commerce to register a business, do you know how many times they will tell you that the ink have ran out of the printer? The whole government printer, no ink? Do you know how many times? Sometimes you have to go on the side when they had World Trade Center to actually get some kind of article or incorporation to bring there. Because anyone you carry, they say you got to be signed by a lawyer. You got to get a physical address. You ain't got no addresses in the country, but you're looking for a physical address. So there are a lot of things those people put in place, even against the diaspora Liberian. Look at the issue of citizenship. That man, he only started actually seeing quota maybe in the mid-1970s. Everywhere the man went Maryland walk. And Kenya on your back weigh almost 40 pounds. And you're walking 3 miles, 4 miles.
That is true. That is very correct.
The other way be unbearable.
That is correct.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So for you to look at the scene, man, they say, you're not Liberian. If you work here, you want to do social job, but the other job is for actual Liberian citizen. You see the discrimination? So there are bigger things to this than just this diasporian. Yes, I agree with some things. When diaspora Liberian sit down and say, the government, you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. When my phone looking some way. When diaspora Liberia sit down and say, oh, the president can meet us. Maha Diaspora Conference. Meanwhile, the Indians are going behind your back, the Lebanese are going behind your back, all the country not safe. Meanwhile, the Nigerians are piling up there, even Burkinabes are piling up there, but you say, yeah, just crowd, foul. Those are the things I got issue with. Just be bold and say, I not get money. But if you have the money, you good. Yeah, if you have the money, you go there, invest, you're good. There's nowhere in this world where life is better for Liberians than Liberians themselves, except you have no money. If you have money to live in Liberia, your expenses is 3 times less than your expenses in America. I put $40 in my meter in Liberia, the whole month, climatizer is blowing. You know the French call climatizer? Air condition pumping. $40. Try it here. You understand what I'm saying? So, to tell you the truth, if you sit down here and say you get money, but you're waiting for a condition to be right, you're not getting money, you're broke. And one of the things I got issues with is when they got to get to the point where they're coming to retire, then they want jump political parties and they want make Liberia their retirement home. It's okay when you're retiring, you go home to live, but go home to retirement.
Don't
Don't pass through CMC.
Wait,
being
I
politics was 40 years.
I
Okay?
explain my own.
I came from
I
PPP
explain my.
to UPP. I've been in
I
politics
explain
over,
my.
over
Mr.
4
Gamer,
decades.
the man
4
harassing me.
decades.
Listen,
4 decades.
Mr. Gamer.
Mr. Number, then you join you guys, you just buy now, eh?
Now what I said, man, to the bad boy, man, allow him to be chilling, man. Anything you say, dumb down you.
I gotta throw my new weight around.
You want to know the character of man, get him power. You see what he doing now?
The man harassing me already.
That man will put you in jail.
Man, man, no nonsense number now.
You want to put Ali in jail now? Ali, arrest him.
They better get it closer to retirement now. They find somewhere to hang before they can go to Liberia. That's not some of the things I get problem with. Go and establish something there. Go and establish a little printing press. Go join Nangbe, you, somebody else, get together, form some kind of conglomerate, open a company, use your connection over on the side, and employ few Liberians. With that, I can go along with. With that, I can go along with Tao, but without get throw the thing around, it can be scary.
Yeah, let me go to Dr. Booty. Mr. Aliu Kamara said they want to go home to open business and everything, but no ink in the paper, no ink in the thing. So they might just go to the government and get job. No ink, no print, nothing. So you get low for joint. Go ahead. Your take on Mr. Tawo's notion that listen, all the PhD we had, I see you out there sometimes doing some private work, doing other stuff, but other people go to Liberia, especially with their resume in their back, no proposal, they just want to work in government.
All right, I'm gonna say what I need to say, and then I'll say goodbye as well because it's
okay.
It's 11 o'clock. So, Mr. Tao, let me apologize on behalf of Mr. Nangbe and Mr. Kamara because I think they misunderstood what you were saying. I agree with a lot of the things you said. The evidence is there. You know, you can look at the airport. What's this woman, Cockrum or whatever her name was, that went there, stole all that money when they were running behind. She ran away and came back to America. Right? The U.S. have always used diaspora Liberians to undermine governments in Liberia. They did it to William R. Tolbert, and that's how they got President Tolbert killed because he was trying to do right by the Liberian people. So, yeah. And not only that, but Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, there are many people. I spoke to people when I was doing my research in Liberia. I spoke to people in the government who were crying foul about all of the young people who the president had brought to Liberia, these so-called experts, and all these guys were doing is just coming and collecting money and sending it back to the U.S. to pay their mortgages and pay their child support and pay whatever. So I agree with you that, look, more often than not, those of us in the diaspora, and thankfully it's mostly yours from America because they don't look to our side. We got plenty British Liberians in government. You're the American people, sport diaspora Liberian in it. Oh dear, when they can't carry your Liberia, just stealing in that place, they all are yours. So Mr. Tao, you're not wrong. And as soon as the job finish, soon the government go out of power, boom, you run and go back to America. And that's where the resentment is coming from, Mr. Nangbe. It's not coming from what Mr. Tao is saying. It's coming from the fact that the Liberian people on the ground are not stupid. They can see that when Mr. Nangbe comes and gets a job, once CMC come out of power and after 6 years, he pack his luggage and come right back to the U.S. He pretends like he was never living in Liberia for the 6 years that CMC were in power, that he wasn't riding around in the government car that their taxes paid for. So that is why they resent us, right? Not because of what Mr. Tao is saying. Not because of what Mr. Tao is just pointing out the facts, the evidence that there. If you want to find it, you can find it easily. There are many Liberians, especially the ones in America, where you dual passport and you go Liberia, you're steal. Like, all you know how to do, you're in America, you know how to go and steal from Liberian government. And then when you're ready to run behind your group, you're running, you go by America. So it is not Mr. Tao that is making people to resent you all. It's you guys' bad behavior. So you and Aliu Kamara, you start lying on Mr. Tao, and both of you, by the time they show, and you need to apologize to him because what he said is the truth.
I will not apologize to him.
Aliu Kamara, let me just deal with him because Aliu, it's good that he is a Unity Party partisan, and every time he opens his mouth to speak, it's clear that he supports this government because the same way this government lacks direction is the same way the things he say lacks direction. The same man that say in the same statement, Ministry of Commerce making it half a diaspora Liberians to open business in Liberia. You got to go watch it. And the same man say, when you get money, you can just open business in Liberia. How you can open business but we're making it half for you? The two things cannot. So, Mr. Kamara, Try and put your things in a logical way and explain it so people can learn from you. You cannot say the government making it hard for all to open business. Then you say, oh, it's easy to open business, so open business in Liberia. The situation we have here is very simple. As Liberians, we do have expertise in the diaspora, whether it be the US or wherever. Unfortunately, our leaders that we have are always looking for yes men. So they go and take the worst. Mr. Tao has said this on the show many times before. They come to the US and collect the worst of you guys, not the
What
best.
the evidence?
They come and get the worst of you guys.
What the
right?
evidence?
Man, why are you talking over the man?
The man got three more.
I just called the Cochran when I was talking. I did Mr. Tao. Did I not call Cochran from at the airport as an
Dr.
example?
Booty, Dr. Booty, don't listen. Don't listen.
Example.
Don't listen to that man.
It's okay now.
Whatever, Eugene Pagon is another example, right? He was in the CDC government. Do you want to say that Eugene Pagon was qualified to occupy the job that he was occupying? And then when he lost the job, what did he do? He come back to America and start causing job here. Those are two examples. Someone here, I think Mr. Patmo talked about Fadiga, right? So when you can be sitting there and talking, your ear now operating.
But what the evidence now? Just because you name people, that means that evidence you give me? How can you prove that they were not qualified?
But anyway, guys, it's been a great night. It's been a great show. Mr. Tao, thank you so much for coming on today. Hopefully next week you'll be back in your motto arm. But no,
All right, Mr. Gary, let me come here. I know you kept me for so long.
I'll stay for a few minutes. Say Mr. Ali, you come out, want to say something, I will stay and listen to what you got.
Okay, let me come.
I will make you laugh, so you will be here. You will be here a long time.
No, Ali, 3:30.
Mr. Morris, then I go to Padmore. Then we'll close.
Yeah, look, I agree with Mr. Tao. I don't agree with him on his sentiments about America, but I agree with him on this one. You know, it's like double dipping, so to speak, right? In this country, you can work in a factory and make maybe $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You know, you have a lot more income living in America than you will in Liberia. So the fact that people want to leave the United States and go look for a job that's going to pay you $2,000 in Liberia a month is either that you want to steal because you feel like you're going to get more money stealing from the government than working your $3,000 a month job in America. It doesn't make sense. And like, I'll give a case in point to Madam Edith Gongo Ware, right? What the people at Nima said that when she goes in Nimba and she loses an election, she run away and come back to America. Because you know that once you're out of government, your life, your lifestyle in Liberia is diminishing quickly. So you come back to the United States where you can get a decent job and pay your bills and send money back home and do other things back home. Most Liberians don't have that privilege. They don't have access to the United States. So if you're going there to take those jobs from them, they're paying them the $1,000 to $2,000. You know, why do that when you lose that job and you come back to America and you don't have the stuff where you don't have to even feel the pinch of not being in government or not being employed by government. So Mr. Tao is right in that regards. And this idea that he has to show you what kind of business he got, you don't got to be doing business to say the truth. He said the truth on this matter. That's why I think diaspora Liberians are entitled. We think that we're in a more advanced country, we have more advanced degrees, and we understand things more, more sophisticatedly. And as such, we're the best for the job. So when we go to Liberia, that should clear a path for us and give us all of the trappings of government, and allow us to have the big job and the big name. And I think most Liberians are sick of it. And that's why some people want to go there to either, God, I hate to say it, they either kill them, they poison them, or to do something to them because it's pure wickedness in the people's eye. Because you're making all this money in America, you have a better lifestyle than they do, and you want to go there and take the little job that they've been depending on going to school for and struggling for their whole life. Why do that? It's greediness. Because most people actually go backwards financially. Like Spotty guy was saying, I know $50,000 a year job, $100,000 a year job, to go take a job that pay him $3,000 a month. Why would anybody in their sound mind do that? Could they not hire a Liberian who's been struggling for 10 years?
Elvis,
So it makes no sense to me.
Elvis, hold on.
I want to clarify something here.
Yeah, I'm coming. Mr. Elvin, you said something, and the Gongolos want to respond. Your name and where you calling from?
Yes, this is Kalabo Gongo.
You already saying the man name.
The man I came to me, you call it 3 times you appear in America.
Go ahead.
This is Kalabo Gongo calling from the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Particularly is Evans hearing me.
Yes.
Yeah, very Mr. Gongo.
I just want to clarify this because I'm disappointed. I have a lot of respect for Elvis. He says some people, to take an unsubstantiated fact or information, something that is not established as fact, to err and make that attribution to Madam Ide Gongo Way, a reputable woman. I say I'm disappointed. The Madam is on record on many platforms. In fact, she has been very open that when she lost the election in 2011, she remained in Liberia until she lost her green card. Her children even have to refile for re-enter the United States as a new immigrant in 2017. So what is it then? You say she was there working, doing consultancy. She did consultancy with so many different NGOs that she raised more than $40,000 just in consultancy as a social worker. In fact, the child adoption policy of Liberia, working as a USAID contractor, a local consultant, as a counterpart or group based in New York, she wrote that. So she was in Liberia working as a consultant. Where you come from with this politically charged information that others gave you, and you sit on a reputable platform, a global platform, and speak such a thing without even checking the facts. I watched the show, but I couldn't let this pass for a second because all of those who just listen to it are needed to nail this in the pod right away so it can go without a challenge. Thank you, Kilman.
Okay, let me just say to Mr. Gongo, I wasn't saying that I agree with the sentiment, but that's what people were saying in the election. We all heard this, right?
Yes.
So it's a fact. This is not something I'm saying that I agree with. I respect Mr. Madam Gongo and I respect the Gongo family. So Mr. Kellerbush should know that. I'm not saying that this is my view. It's just what the people were saying on Nima County. That's all.
Let me come in here 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute. I think to every 1 minute. 1 minute. Go ahead. What's your problem? What's your problem?
My problem here is these fabulous accusations of popular public opinions and views that people transmit it as if they have actual grounded fact. So just name few people and say, look at these people. They tell you the lady you're talking about who stole money from Liberia, they tell you she wasn't qualified. Have you seen her CV? A qualified person can be a criminal too. It doesn't mean they're not qualified.
Ali, you don't hear
now
English.
listen to me. Listen to me. You make the big mouth and you run and go sleep. Now, because Mr. Tower over here is throwing blanket accusation on all diasporian, you don't want to be considered one of the bad ones. You say you're talking about only American diasporian. There are nobody from Britain. Wait for me.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Wait.
No, you gotta let Mr. Kamal finish. Let Mr. Kamal
I want to
finish.
see him finish. And when Mr. Namdo was interrupting here tonight, you didn't tell him to stop.
That's what you said. Let me clarify something.
Don't lie like that. Don't lie. I said we. I said we, but I did clarify that most of the criminals they come from
That's correct. Booty is correct. Come on, go ahead.
No, wait. We can replay it. I'm willing to put down $500. That he
I'm
said.
willing to put 500 as well.
It's haram to gamble. It's haram to gamble.
Come on, send me the 500. No, send me the 500.
Wait. 1 minute.
No, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting.
The time going, man.
Send
the time going. The time is going. A booty is willing. You're winner. A booty is willing. We can bet 500.
Send me your 500, man.
All right. This man said there are no British and Liberian.
No, he didn't say that. He said most. He said most of the women are
Mr. Jimmy.
He said they're not talking about the people in Britain because there's a small number of people in Britain.
Mr. Jimmy, wait. Mr. Jimmy, I said that right here, not yesterday. I know what they are right here. You want to talk for me? That man tried to completely exempt himself. I can give you a few instances. I can give you several instances. I can give you several instances of Liberia. Several instances, man. Several instances of our neighbors are going to slap you.
Don't forget, better crew, man. First man.
Listen, we gotta go.
I can give you several instances of Liberians from Europe my biological uncle was from Europe.
English again. You say Europe. Britain is not Europe. Britain is not Europe. We're not even in Europe.
It's intentional. You don't want me to display the topic to say, but go ahead, Mr. Gilman.
Kamara,
I never said there is. I said most. That English I spoke. I said most.
Mr. Taiwo gave 4 examples, and you say 4 people get. You give me only one, your uncle. Then you want to take your now.
No, but I was not giving a chance. I'm not giving a chance to speak. How would that mean? I was not giving a chance.
Mr. Padmore.
You see?
One thing that Mr. Padmore, one thing that's going on here. That got the Liberian climate poor, business climate poor, is that we are loners. We all want to. Everybody want to be the boss. We don't pour our resources. The little that I have, the little that you have, the little that Booty have, we put it together as a conglomerate. We go. We can make an impact. But everybody want to be their own bosses. So nothing happened. What can your $50,000 do? As opposed to 50-50, we got 250,000. We go, we can do something small. But you alone walking around, by the time you finish getting all your making your double copies and bribing people, your 50,000 down to 18,000. Then you come back again, you start all over, we ain't doing nothing. So when you think about somebody just mentioned it, we are loners, we like to do things, everybody want to be the boss.
I'm glad you're learning from me.
Well, I mean,
I have a meeting to go to.
Yeah.
After the speaker.
Yes, go ahead.
I should go.
All right. I mean, yeah, it is an issue. It is an issue with Liberians. But how many Liberians have successfully been able to pool resources and do something that can serve as a precedent? We really don't have that as well. So people become skeptical, People become skeptical of the fact. It would take 1 or 2 Liberians to actually be able to do that. To pool resources and do something substantial that other people will see and then want to emulate it or want to become a part, everybody wants to be a part of success. So I don't think that would be an issue. But yeah, we have been loners. I was actually this weekend, as you know, on Tuesday are the elections in the US. And we have a Somali that's running for the position of mayor of Minneapolis. And the person that introduced him at the program over the weekend was Ilan Omar. And she is a representative for the great state of Minnesota in Washington, D.C. And I looked at this.
She's a terrorist.
And I looked
Mr. Gayman.
Let Gayman keep talking. Now he don't want to carry rest.
She's from you now. So she.
And the thing about, I looked at it and I saw and it came back to me that the largest Liberian diasporan community in the U.S., which is Brooklyn Park, does not have a Liberian mayor.
We have one.
We do not have a Liberian mayor in Brooklyn Park, Chief.
Oh, we have one in Brooklyn Center.
Yeah, Brooklyn Center is not the.
Mayor, is that to listen you, Morris?
Let the man talk.
Go sleep.
The largest Liberian community in any city in the U.S. is Brooklyn Park. That's where you have the largest Liberian community, and the person that runs that is African American, but he's not Liberian, even though a Liberian ran for it numerous times. And I think it speaks back to the same thing. Liberians struggle when it comes to pooling their resources, pooling their numbers to effect a particular thing. I don't know. I wish I had the answer to you for that. I don't. I really don't. I agree with that we struggle with that. Hopefully, at some point, we'll be able to rise above that hump. But we do. We are closing, right? So can I close?
Yes.
Okay. So I know
that one now you're closing.
No, you asked me a specific question.
A real crew blush showing now.
Mr. Secretary General said again that position yesterday. You just beating everybody. Go ahead, Mr. Padmore.
So I know we didn't get to the France issue, which I really
get to that next week. We'll save it for next week.
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, we can save that for next week. But the things that we did discuss, I think I already made myself clear on those things. When it comes to So the first, the thing that you brought up concerning government job return to Liberia and all those things, like I said before, I think it should be open. I think Liberians living in Liberia should compete. I think they have an advantage. They're local. They get local pay. You can probably get them for less money than somebody living in the U.S. They're going to stay. They're going to spend the money. They're not going to send the money abroad to pay their mortgage and to pay their car note or send their children to school. They're going to spend the money in the local community. So it's a plus. It's a plus for Liberia. But at the same time, we cannot, and I repeat, I don't know how clear you cannot malign a certain group of Liberians just because of where they are. How many people? Yes, we love being Liberia, but how many people really wanted to leave Liberia and come live, whether it's in Europe or in Australia or in America? That was not our plan. So that's what we find ourselves. So I enjoy the show. Thank you guys for inviting me, and I look forward to next week.
We invited you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday when you want to vote red across the table. Red. Go ahead, Ali. You're closing 1 minute.
Yeah, for what we're seeing, I don't think I can vote red just like you. The one I'm seeing happening now.
We'll go red. We'll go red.
I will vote blue right now, not red.
You are not a real red.
Well, I'm not in any box anywhere. But anyway,
vote blue is a camaraderie, right, Joe?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but here's the thing. Here's what I will say here, Mr. Tao. You have a very wonderful passion, great love for your people. The only thing is, a good leader leads from the front. You always sit way in Texas and speak for the people in Liberia. If you want to, go to Monrovia, stay in the vanguard, and lead a choir. Okay? And we will really appreciate that because you've been in America now for 35 years, you got money. But look, it's been a great show, Mr. Gamer and the rest of the crew. Had a good time being on here. We had some real good conversation, and it's been going great. But Mr. Nangwe, don't get carried away by your position. Just like Grace, you two will watch more call it. But let me tell you one thing with the whole CMC thing. You'll be disappointed.
No, what do you mean just a great? I do what you want to call it.
Man, make it clear to you.
We're talking long. We shouldn't talk about CNC. Then you bring it
Yo want to retire because of CNC and go to Liberia. Don't put your resignation in yet for any job because CNC is not going to win anything. And after this particular term, if nothing works out, you have to find a whole different way to retire. Mr. Gimman, Mr. Nangwe, I'm warning you guys. But it has been a great show. Mr. Towel, please come with the facts next time. You threw too many
Will you stay on the phone? Out there. Don't leave, please stay. So that
before you don't go do it.
Mr. Morris, you close
okay.
Already, right?
No, I'll close it. Let me be quick. Look, I want to give a special shout out to somebody who's leading by example and leading from the front. Our very own St. Salif. He went to Liberia. He's founded a political institution. So shout out to Mr. St. Salif. You have my respect for going on the ground doing the work. But lastly, look, Mr. Tawo, we don't agree often, but I agree with you on this point. Like somebody was saying, Mr. Palmer was saying, the people in Liberia, they need that money more than we do. How much government job can pay? Some of you are making $10,000, $6,000, $8,000 a month. That's a lot of money. You don't need to go take a $3,000 a month job in Liberia just so you can flex on the young girls there. I don't know, maybe it's my microphone is loud, but I'm just saying that the people in the diaspora, they need to invest in the private sector if you have the means to do so, and leave the public sector for Liberians in the country. Those people, $3,000, $2,000 means a lot to them. It transforms their whole life. For you, it's not that big of an income. So shout out to Mr. Tower and then shout out to Mr. S.D. Sully. Kudos to you. Hopefully we'll have you back on the show to tell us what you've been doing politically in the country. But thank you for having me on, Mr. Gavin.
Thank you, Mr. Tower. Oh no, excuse me, Mr. Tower. Mr. Namba, you gotta go. Go ahead.
May you laugh. I see you ready to talk, run away.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So first of all, let me disagree with Elvis. What we're talking about here is not about getting paid. This is about collectively coming together to develop our country. This is what this is about. If the talent is local, if it is in the diaspora, I think we should all reach for it and pool our resources. I'm not saying those of us who are in the diaspora are the best or we know everything. That's not the point I'm making. But when you make such divisive statements as Tower is making, what you do is you endanger that collective possibility that exists there for us to come. Liberia needs all the help it can get. So there are good people in the diaspora and there are good people in Liberia. There are bad people in the diaspora. There are bad people in Liberia. I want you to talk here and talk there. But to always come on here and talk about how bad it does, I think it's a misrepresentation, and I think it's wrong. It's doing a lot of damage. I know a lot of people who left here and went home and they settled. My own brother, Tia Nangwe, he left here. He worked for Ministry of Internal Affairs. He worked for the Adika Bureau. He is still in Liberia. He's doing consultancy. He came from Rhode Island. He went there. He's contributing. There are a lot of people like that. So when we come on here, we got to be careful. A lot of people listen to the shows here. Every time you come here, you pin the diaspora as if to say we are the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. I think it's a mistake, and I know you I know you will come back. But let me thank you all. It's been a great show tonight. I'd like to welcome Sam Jackson into the fold of the CMC.
That mention you got no green in your pocket.
I know Mr. Kamara is right now. He's really hurting, and all of that.
But Sam Jackson got no more use.
My son Elvis is upset and all of that. But look, we're moving, we're recruiting, and all of you, we welcome you to join us. CMC is where to be. But thank you very much. It's been a great show. I'll join you again next Sunday. Unfortunately, I got to go for this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Taiwo, take us home.
Okay. So, look, you see, I want the Liberian people at home to hear this. I've been on this show for almost 2 years. I've been very clear on this. The group in the diaspora who intend to exploit that country want to say that I'm bunching things. No. They're Liberians. If you are here and you say you have expert, you have money, go enter the private sector. If we want to do something, what we need to be doing at diaspora is to engage the government so they can make it easier and possible for us to do business. But every time diaspora engage Liberia, it's about going in government. And that is what I'm pointing out. So you think the hatred that is there, you think the people are stupid. Look, this stuff is not about going to go serve or even the pay that Mr. Murray mentioned. That is true, that the Liberians there need it. But it's more than that. It is about a group of people occupying the echelon of power, determining policies that are usually wrong, drive the country in the wrong direction with option of green card or American passport in a pocket. And when the government fail, what they do? They jump
President, Vice President, Senate Pro Tem, Speaker.
Please, let him speak, Mr. Kamal. Let him speak.
This is the issue here. But look, so I just wanted to say that in the Liberian people understand this. So people who are claiming to want to distort that are people who have hidden agenda, want to use the same system to go and loot the country. But look, let me say this. I am not new to Liberia. I don't have to be in Liberia. My tax records show in the last 7 years, I have put over $500,000 in Liberia, not as my own money for me to use it myself. I did not get a single penny from a government agency or anywhere. I work in my own businesses and consulting. Only a friend of mine saw what I was doing. He donated $50,000 to that fund. Paying people hospital bills. We did almost 5-hour surgeries at JFK. The record is there. Benson Clinic. I sent 5 students abroad, India, at different universities, and 2 of them are still there. The other one just came down. I sponsored over 20 students at various disciplines in Liberia across like food nursing and other disciplines. During the Ebola, I spent $30,000 a month feeding over 500 people from R2 all the way to Breville. So I don't just talk, and I'm doing all this stuff, not claiming that I'm in the diaspora, I put money there that I should be giving government job. No, because that is love for my people. If I work and I earn something, I look back. So when I talk here, I'm not just talking. I'm involved and I'm on the ground. Several of those young ladies, They worked at institutions after they graduated. They could not get a job that would pay them. I talked to different agencies, hospitals and clinics. I subsidize their income so that because no job, they don't sit down so that their skill set don't get developed. I'm doing that. 3 of them that came back from India, I hired them. They're on payroll. I rented an office space that is a house. They live there. I'm trying to hire the 4th person, give them 24-hour current, Starlink internet, so that they don't get disillusion that all this money was paid and they're not in the country. So these are things. If we want to engage the government, let's talk about you move money. You know, after I did that in the education sector, I had to pull back because you are trying to so-called educate all these people and the economy is not working. They have nowhere to plug in. So I turned to the rural area to where my 3 villages that I'm going to start in to build them latrine and hand pump and conference centers where if they want to gather. So I'm not just sitting here and just talking. I'm doing things with my own money. I'm not taking it from government. I'm not running behind anybody. Nobody make donation. So when I speak here, I speak because of the love I have for my people, and we all should be able to engage in that manner. So the little that is in the country, if we are leaving from here, and we say we want to go work in government, and we are stealing it. And to just close, what Mr. Morris said about that, those people said about Mark Gonglo, that's a fact. They said it, and the evidence was in the brother himself calling here that she went to Liberia when she was out of government. She was living there working, and what happened? The market where her green card expired. She had that option. If people have that kind of option that they can leave, it means they can run a very bad system. It don't mean they might be involved personally, but the fact that when those jobs are gone, they can jump back on the plane and leave the country in that condition, and the people that are there will struggle and suffer the consequences. What I'm saying is we need to work and empower the people on the ground. We from the diaspora cannot run the government. We cannot be the dominant force in those governments. It will always fail. We need to empower the people, lend expertise, let the people on the ground be built up so that the country can run. Because they don't
well said, Mr. Tao.
Yes, that is what we should do.
Thank you.
I won't be surprised if they tell me and start running to be representatives.
Thank you, guys.
I just joking, Mr. Tao. I just joking.
Listen,
Because I
guys,
wanted to go with it.
we've been here a little while, guys. Listen, I want to touch on the reason I played the video is when I joined Mr. Muntability, we talk about transparency and politics as usual. There is no reason that when you have issues within your organization or politics that it becomes something that is so private, it should be discussed. What Grace is talking about is everywhere. We need to have respect for each other. We need to be upfront. We need to put our dices, or how to call it, on the table and let people see where it may fall so we can deal with it. Because we bring different talents to the table. She's upset. Yes, she said some things that are not germane to the topic that I would have said differently. And you gave her a chance today to redo that video, she would do it differently. But some of the things she talked about are things that we have to address as people, as a nation. Don't sweep anything under the table. There's nothing about Liberia that should be discussed behind closed doors. If we got it wrong, we got it wrong. We find solutions and we move forward. But someone telling you how they feel should not be any reason to castigate them or to exercise them or to excommunicate them. It is good for us where we learn to talk. That's why we like our kids to talk back to us. Back home, when your child talks to you, you're talking to big people. But here, the children tell you how they feel. Respectfully, you disagree with you. You disagree with them. By the end of the day, you do what is best for the child will do what is best for you. We're all proud of each other. So until we meet next Sunday, we are all Liberians, my friend. Mr. Padmore, can you take us back to Liberia? Or you want me to do it? Mr. Padmore, you're talking, you on your ANC business over there. We on our here. Let me go to
all right, guys. Good night.
And do our stuff because it looks like the man is seriously serious. They're talking ANC. I won't be surprised he's talking to the woman who hates me the most in the ANC. Teola Gibson, where you at?
There's a girl in the show. Gotta go.
Yeah, come go. Mr. Padmore.
And Sumana, take us home. We beg you.
Asumana. Let's go. We are all Liberians, man. Let's go. Take us out.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people.